107, Michael and Maddie, Monday morning. It is September 23rd, 2024. Jermaine Dupree, CEO of So Def Records, turns 52 today. Jason Alexander, you know him better as George Costanza from Seinfeld.
I was in the pool!
Sure you were. He is 65 years old today. And the boss, Bruce Springsteen, still dancing in the dark at 75. 62 years ago today, we met George Jetson, his boy Elroy, daughter Judy, and Jane, his wife. The Jetsons debuted on TV. Hard to believe it, but there were only 24 original episodes.
Meet George Jetson.
Milli Vanilli had the number one song on Fun 107 35 years ago today. Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You, topping our charts. We later found out the guys from Milli Vanilli never even sang these songs. They ended up giving back their Grammy Awards for Best New Artist. And 23 years ago, Tom Brady trotted onto the field, replacing Drew Bledsoe after this vicious hit by the Jets linebacker Mo Lewis.
A big play for the Patriots. Makes a run. Needs 10 yards. Oh, does he hit? Oh, my.
Brady would lead that team to the Patriots' first Super Bowl championship. Fun 107. Michael and Maddie were live from Toast and Jam, and we're going to be giving you the chance to get half-price gift cards here to Toast and Jam coming up right at 9 o'clock on seizethedeal.com to grab those while they last. They will sell out.
Bringing your taste of Hollywood right here to the South Coast. And we are here for it. We're spilling the tea with Maddie's Entertainment Update on the Michael and Maddie Show.
30 years ago, one of the most iconic sitcoms in TV history made its debut. Friends, the theme song, instantly recognizable from the first note. Friends debuted September 22nd, 1994 on NBC, and it would go on to give us some of the most memorable catchphrases in TV history. What did Joey say? How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing? And it looks like Joey...
Could you be any hotter?
Yeah, it looks like Joey's not doing well with turning 30.
Oh, really? Is that how you felt when you turned 30?
Why, God, why? We had a deal. Let the others grow old, not me.
This show is so good, man. It was just like a flash in the pan, won't happen again, but people are dying for it to happen again.
30 years ago, though.
Yeah,
Man.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
It debuted 1994.
You were one.
I was 1 year old. And honestly, I remember that Thursday night lineup. I remember when it was Friends, Will and Grace, Dharma and Greg,
yeah,
like Seinfeld. Yeah, like my mom and I used to watch all of them. And yeah, this one was so good. It's so unrealistic though. That their house in Manhattan, they're supposed to be in their 20s, okay?
Right.
In that apartment overlooking the city. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I never really thought of that.
It's so unrealistic.
It's so true.
It's so ridiculous. In their 20s.
They just had regular jobs. I think Rachel was she served coffee.
In the beginning, well, it's kind of cool because you see them grow older, you see them get careers, kids, all that good stuff. But the show starts in their 20s. Yeah, and she's a barista.
Maybe Ross could afford it as
I guess.
Anthropologist.
I guess. But people are dying for a reboot. And
archaeologist, right?
Paleontologist.
Paleontologist,
yes. Yeah. People are dying for a reboot, and the creators are just saying, nah. They're like, we've been pitched so many ideas. The biggest one is basically a show of everyone's kids and where they are now and that sort of thing. But they're just not. I'm glad that they're not into it because this is one of those shows like just don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Right, because they didn't know everybody on that show was a major star.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they just hit the jackpot.
Yeah, well, I mean, the show in general, they just hit the jackpot with it. But it's like, do not make a reboot. It's perfect. Do not touch it. just watch your reruns, okay? Lizzo is shutting down social media rumors while continuing to share her personal fitness journey. The 4-time Grammy winner responded to an Instagram follower on Friday who questioned if she was taking Ozempic, the FDA-approved prescription medication for people with type 2 diabetes, in an effort to lose weight. She included some photos and a video of herself smiling for the camera alongside a very cheeky caption saying, "When you finally get Ozempic allegations after 5 months of weight training and calorie deficit." I will say she looks fantastic. It's just really unfortunate that she can't win. She really can't. Like, when she was her beautiful big self, people were saying, "You don't love yourself, get in the gym." Now she's in the gym. Now people are like, "Oh, you're cheating by using certain things."
That's why you
like,
just can't care what people think. Who cares?
You just can't care anymore. You just got to do it for you, and that's exactly what she's doing. And she's had a great transformation over the past 5 months. You can totally see a difference, and she looks great. So I'm happy for her, and people need to just leave people alone. Seriously. She said, "Remember, if you're reading this, you can do anything you put your mind to. Stay focused. You got this." So I'm rooting for her, man. She looks great. She's staying true to herself, and that's all that matters. And listen, stop judging. People need to just stop judging, okay? Now, here is what I was hoping to end on. Some good news. Jamie Foxx walking around just fine a year after his major health scare, strolling down the aisle with his daughter Corinne and dropping her off at the altar.
That's nice.
He was in a classic tuxedo for the event and was very giddy as he made his way down the aisle. So to let his daughter Corinne get married. And she was in a beautiful white gown, of course, floral pattern. It was a beautiful day. Very exciting moment for her. And Jamie, very emotional to be able to be doing that when just a year before he was struggling in the hospital.
Do we know what happened?
They never came out with what happened.
Yeah.
Never.
Because I thought he said, I think he's going to say something at a show or whatever. But
yeah, like he was supposed to have some sort of stand-up show, I think, or something.
Maybe that
like
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just, I feel terrible that something happened. But it ended up really nice. Like, good story. He was able to be there for his daughter, so I love good news on a Monday.
Let me ask you this. If Jamie Foxx is your father, do you let him perform at your wedding?
No.
No, you don't. Absolutely
I would.
not. Oh, my
Go
God.
ahead, Dad. Do your thing.
No, definitely
His daughter
not.
wants no part of that. Trust me on that one. Entertainment update brought to you by Kia of Dartmouth. Get the best deal on your new Kia with Kia of Dartmouth's exclusive 10% discount on select Kia models. It's Michael and Maddie, and we are live from Toast and Jam, Acushnet Ave, New Bedford. And Maddie and Espresso here at Toast and Jam, having a little breakfast this morning.
Smelling good in here.
And coming up later this morning, 7:45, we've got a major announcement to get to, but we'll have more on that coming up later this morning. Gazelle, you're coming off a pretty big weekend.
A great weekend, finally drying off from Saturday. 100% rain precipitation covered the South Coast, but it did not stop the Freestyle Madness Tour from being absolutely hype.
Did people go for real?
It was packed.
Packed?
Packed. I mean, we're talking umbrellas everywhere, ponchos everywhere, people dancing in the rain. It was a vibe. It really was. You know, sometimes you got to get a little wet. Sometimes a little rain is good for the soul.
Was it a cold rain or
it was a little mix. It was a little raw. Let's be honest for a second. I definitely brought the wrong jacket because it was like one of those goose feathered ones, so it just got saturated.
Yeah.
But I have to say, going into it, I was optimistic. I know freestyle music. I know the 90s and whatnot. But once you're there and you actually hear the songs and it's loud, it was such a vibe.
You recognized it all?
All of it.
I mean, that's such a cool place to have an event.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
City Gates Plaza, in my opinion, is one of the coolest venue events in this area.
So I got an honest question. So it was a ticketed event.
Correct.
It cost money to go.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the stage, right? I mean, I'm just saying, right?
So they got the road shut off. It's closed off. So, like, I know. Are you saying, like, if you just park
why
somewhere?
did you have to buy a ticket?
Oh, I see.
Like,
it's all closed. You can't get into the place. There's a checkpoint on each side for you to check your tickets. It's not like, so when we had the Day of Portugal, that wasn't really closed off. You could just walk right in.
Yeah.
No, this was a closed off event.
So you couldn't see the stage from a public place.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me tell you something. So they were borderline sold out. These tickets were a minimum of $50.
Jeez.
People like their throwback.
I was
do.
just going to say.
People like nostalgia.
Yes.
Yeah, people are obsessed with that.
You're talking about Gen X
Yeah.
Yes.
paying whatever it takes
Exactly.
to
Gen X.
make me feel
And
like
you know what?
21 again.
That's so smart. You know what it is? It's like Gen X took the time to buy a ticket, and they're like, I'm going rain or shine.
Yeah.
We spent money
we
on
haven't
these
been
tickets.
out in 10 years.
Yes.
We're going.
And everybody who was anybody was there. I mean, we're talking about JJ Fad. Raquel was in the house. You know what? I was sitting next to a guy, and I'm like, he looks familiar, but I don't know who he is. And I don't know how about to say, like, hey, who are you? Because I'm too young.
Hey, I don't know you, and you don't know me, but let's take a picture together.
So that's what I was doing. Turns out it was Johnny Wild of Wild. I'm trying to think of Diamond Girl.
Oh, Nice and Wild.
Nice and Wild. And I asked him, I'm like, listen, and I'm going to keep this PG. In the song, there's some suggestive sound.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, who's the girl who's behind that? This is going to blow your mind. It was actually a guy, and then they kind of took the...
Stop it.
There you go.
Gazelle, that's amazing.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That's a great story.
That's funny.
They took his voice and kind of like
You've got to be
elevated
kidding
it.
me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it was you? I would never let you live that down. That's unbelievable.
So thank you, Johnny Wilder, for that cool little story there. But I think the end of the night was the highlight of my absolute life when it comes to, I had a little after party. And,
in the hotel lobby?
In the hotel lobby down at Play Arcade. And about a half hour left of the set. People are going nuts as it is. It's like you can't elevate any more than that. And next thing you know, some of the artists showed up. And here comes Raquel. And I'm like, oh my God, she actually showed. So I hit her song immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, Raquel. She says, give me the mic. And she did a live performance of her song. Check it out. I got a little bit of a sneak peek here. Absolute cloud nine.
The crowd's loving it.
They went nuts.
That's awesome.
And what blew me away
How
is
fun.
there was people who were young, like there were 21-year-olds. They were singing along to it. They knew the song.
They knew the song.
This is an iconic song.
I
so
don't
like,
get it.
I didn't get it either. People were just like, oh my God, I can't believe it was almost like a free ticketed event in the sense that, you know, just a celebrity shows up, puts on a free performance, and just hung out with everybody. So
It never ceases to amaze me that the music the young people know.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like the 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, because of TikTok. Like, they know the most random
It
music.
must be TikTok.
it was great all around. Bad Boy DJ Richie Rich is, I mean, the guy's on like 17 radio stations nationwide. He showed up there, and now the pressure's on because I'm DJing. He's on the side of me, and I'm like, uh-oh, like this guy can teach a master class. And,
Yeah.
And he was hyped up, and like if you need a hype man on your side, Bad Boy Richie Rich. What a great night. So if you were downtown Saturday and you missed out, sorry for your loss.
Well, good for you. It sounded like a great time.
Great time.
We're live here at Toast and Jam, Acushnet Avenue, Bedford. Breakfast just has been served. Are those eggs Benedict?
It looks like a hash Benny, maybe? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have to dive deep into this one.
We will investigate. And again, major announcement coming up this morning at 7:45 here on Michael and Maddie. Fun. Teddy Swims and the door. It is Michael and Maddie. It's Monday morning, restaurant week. We're kicking it off strong this morning. We are at Toast and Jam on Acushnet Avenue, Bedford. We're here with the owner, Curtis, who's also the chef. Curtis, my man, this is delicious breakfast food. Delicious. What is that first thing I ate?
You had the Caserla Benny.
Caserla Benny
so
was
wild.
You called it, what did you call it? You called it Tasty Town or something like that?
Flavor Town.
Flavor Town. Very good.
I mean, this menu is not a typical breakfast menu. What inspired you to do all these fun dishes?
We just wanted to bring something different to the table. It's I feel like every time you go to a breakfast restaurant, you kind of get the same old bacon, sausage, eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to take it to the next level, maybe even a couple levels up past that.
Was that because you were bored, or you wanted to give the people different things?
You want to give the people different things. You You want them to be able to come in and be able to you can come in and get the regular stuff, but you can also come in and get the stuff that's out of bounds and takes your taste buds to the next level.
Well, Michael and I, first thing we said was, it's so clean and beautiful in here.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Very fresh.
Yeah, it took a lot of time to get it to this, but we're finally here.
And then what was the other thing I ate? Something with a country fried steak or something like that with Eggs Benedict too?
That's the Autumn Trio.
Yep.
That's a big breakfast, dude.
So it's our take on flights. We switch it up here and there, but
a sweet potato hash Benny, harvest Benny, and a country Benny with the country fried steak on top. I can't keep my eyes off the churro crunch wrap. I've never seen anything like that in my life. A tortilla stuffed with egg, bacon, sausage, cheese, pancake, rolled, fried, churro, blended. What?
Yeah.
Like, how do you even think of that?
I'm just a foodie myself. So, you go, I go to every type of different restaurants I possibly can, and I get different ideas, and I put my take on it.
Now, Maddie was talking about this, is that an omelet? It's like a
taco omelet.
Taco omelet.
Yep.
You put Doritos on top and hot sauce?
Catalina sauce.
Catalina sauce.
So you get like the whole taco experience.
But those are Doritos on top, right?
Yes, it is.
That's so
amazing.
Fantastic. I love it. Well, you're Flavortown here. We got to get Mr. Flavortown to come here. Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That'd be awesome.
So do you come out with new specials every week?
I try to do it monthly. And
monthly, because it would be hard to come up with all these ideas every week.
I try to like build it up, and then I put them out.
Well, you're in a good location here, right by, it used to be Sid's Creative Kitchen back in the day. You wouldn't even recognize it in here, though, since then.
Yep, we're carrying her torch.
Nice.
Yeah, well, good for you.
What is a must-try menu item, you think?
A must-try, I personally, my favorite is the Caserla Benny.
Okay, Caserla Benny.
That's by far, I'm
on the same page as you on that.
Even with the eye, it's like, it gives you the eye look, and it's giving you
visually
everything.
appealing, tasty. There's even more. Is that the French toast?
That is actually our strawberry waffle.
All right, we're gonna have to go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Well, we're gonna get a look at headlines. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you so much. It looks like there's more coming out here. So we're gonna throw it over to the newsroom. We're gonna continue to indulge. A 90-second news update now. Phil Devitt in the newsroom with the headlines.
Smith man is due in court today after being charged with a New Bedford murder. Tyler Dow Baglini, who has a history of violence, is accused of stabbing 31-year-old Carrie Fidalgo on Atlantic Street on Friday. East Fairhaven Elementary School is closed today following a Sunday night electrical fire. Firefighters quickly contained the flames on the second floor, but the district needs today to clean up. One bull remains on the loose this morning following an escape from a pen Sunday in North Attleboro. 8 bulls altogether made a break for it. 7 were eventually captured. The bulls ran through neighborhoods and into the woods, causing a brief scare for residents. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and police are urging people to call 911 if they spot the escaped bull. Funeral services are set for this week for the state police recruit who died while boxing during training. Enrique Delgado Garcia will receive full state police honors Friday in Worcester. Family members say his injuries were massive, and they are demanding answers about what happened to him. A new national poll gives Vice President Harris a 5-point lead over former President Trump with just over 6 weeks until Election Day. The NBC News poll gives Harris 49% support among registered voters compared to 44% for Trump. Pollsters note that's still within the margin of error, but it's a clear shift from a similar poll taken in July. And the largest theater chain in the U.S. is hoping to change dwindling audience numbers with a $2.2 billion plan. A group representing 8 of the biggest chains, including AMC, Regal Cinemas, and Cinemark, announced a renovation plan for almost 70% of the North American box office. Remodels are centered on modernizing theaters and upgrading experiences through projection technology, snacking, new audio equipment, and new seating. In sports, Red Sox swept their doubleheader with the Minnesota Twins, collecting an 8-1 victory in the first game and a 9-3 win in the nightcap at Fenway. Boston visits Toronto for a 3-game series with the Blue Jays starting tonight. Traffic and weather next. From the Blue Point Restaurant Newsroom, I'm Phil Devitt for Fun 107.
So Turk Seafood, another big weekend there at Turk Seafood. And, you must be thinking, how do they do it, with that tent outside in the pouring rain over the weekend, yet still packed with people? Well, I'll tell you exactly how they do it, because if you've never been underneath that tent at Turk Seafood in Mattapoisett, it is warm and dry in there no matter what the weather is like. So even on Saturday night, weather's terrible. Not underneath that Turk Seafood tent. You're warm and dry. They get so many different heaters. The vibe under there is outstanding. So right up till the end of the season, you're going to be able to enjoy a delicious meal there at Turk Seafood under the tent. Or you can go inside, too. That's fine, too. But I always like to eat under the tent, whether, it's just fun. It's a great, great vibe. So go try it this week. Make plans to have a nice, fresh seafood meal at Turk's. Does not get fresher than the seafood at Turk's. Impossible. Turk Seafood, Route 6, Mattapoisett this week. So Taylor skipped out on her boyfriend last night.
A jerk.
A no-show.
How dare she?
To Atlanta to see Travis Kelce on.
Did they lose?
I don't even know. I'm not sure.
If they did, we know why.
If they did, let the conspiracies happen.
It's Michael and Maddie. We're live here this morning at Toast and Jam in New Bedford. And as promised, we've got a major announcement that we've been kind of keeping under wraps for the past month or so, but it is time to unveil it to the audience.
We have to.
We must.
It's a little bittersweet, but I'm really excited, and we're kind of switching things up here on the morning show. I am going to be parting ways on the morning show, but I am staying with the family and scooting on over to the afternoons. And still going to be very much a part of the Fun 107 team, but I've decided to sleep in, guys. I've decided to sleep in. No, in all honesty, I am really excited to pursue a really big passion of mine. If you follow me, if you know anything about me, you know that combat sports is a huge part of my life, and we are officially going to try and make it a real thing. I'm going to try and make a name for myself in the combat world space and try and land, a big role in that world. And I'm really betting on myself right now. This is an act of love that's happening right now, and it's scary and it's emotional, and I'm not going to cry, but I'm excited. And this was a hard decision because I truly love this show and I love this radio station, but it's one of those things. It's just when you know, you know.
When you say be a part of the combat world, you don't mean in the ring. You mean
God, no.
in broadcasting.
No, this body does not cut weight anymore. No. I mean cage side. I mean commentary. I mean covering it on the broadcast side of things.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be blatantly honest. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm all of those things. I have doubts. But I would much rather give it a whirl while I can instead of wishing I tried. So,
well, that's life, right? I mean, if you've got a dream, you got to go for it.
Yeah, and this dream is making me shake in my boots for sure. But I think that's showing me that my dream is big enough, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So we're gonna give it a whirl.
I agree. I mean, when you told us about a month or so ago, I was not shocked.
Really?
No, I was really not that surprised because it's, you obviously love it so much and you're really, really good at it.
I appreciate that. I love you guys though. That's the hardest part about it.
I am not happy. Now I got to learn somebody else or figure it out. You're leaving me with Michael.
I know.
You realize that?
I know.
And you're leaving Michael with me. So.
But here's the best part. I'm not truly leaving. I couldn't totally leave. And what a unique experience. What a unique opportunity for me to have such an amazing support system behind me. And sometimes the hardest time to leave is when everything is great.
Yeah.
Everything is great.
No doubt about that.
Everything's perfect, but I'm just looking for that little extra meaning to life, and I'm really excited to give it a whirl while I can.
Well, we'll be talking about that as we go through Restaurant Week here. Yeah. We're live at Toast and Jam in New Bedford. It is Michael and Maddie. How about that bomb?
Oh, man.
Sorry.
It is 7:55. 90-second news update, and Phil Devitt in the newsroom.
No school at East Fairhaven Elementary today due to a small fire. The fire broke out last night on the second floor of the school. Officials say it was quickly put out. Today, the focus is on cleanup of what the school says is minor smoke damage. The cause is under investigation, but believed to be electrical in nature, the source being a window fan. Quite the scene in North Attleboro Sunday. 8 large bulls escaped from a rodeo event being held at Emerald Square Mall. The 8 bulls were able to escape from their enclosure and ran through a parking lot after charging through a fence. 7 of the 8 bulls were quickly caught, and the final elusive one was still being sought last night. The rodeo was planned as a single-day event at the mall. A man has received 9 months in jail for biting a New Bedford police officer during an arrest. 57-year-old Joseph Nascimento was recently convicted by a jury on charges of assault and battery on a police officer and resisting arrest. The charges are related to a domestic violence call about Nascimento in June of 2023. While resisting arrest, prosecutors say Nascimento bit the hand of an arresting officer hard enough to break the skin. Full contact boxing between trainees at the State Police Academy has been suspended following a death this month. Enrique Delgado Garcia of Worcester died after being injured during a boxing exercise on September 13th at the Academy. State Police will also review the defensive tactics program at the Academy as a result of the death. It's still not clear what entity will lead the investigation into the death, as Worcester DA Joe Early is conflicted and has recused his office. The man authorities believe wanted to shoot former President Trump on a Florida golf course has a detention hearing scheduled for today. Ryan Wesley Routh was caught not long after Secret Service agents allegedly saw him sticking a rifle out of the bushes on Trump's golf club in Palm Beach. Prosecutors are expected to argue that Routh should be held in custody while awaiting trial. And Massachusetts' own New Kids on the Block are headed for Sin City. The group announced their first ever Las Vegas residency, which kicks off June 20th of 2025 and runs through November of next year. Tickets go on sale to the general public on Friday. In sports, the Red Sox swept their doubleheader with the Twins after collecting an 8-1 victory in the first game and a 9-3 win in the nightcap at Fenway Park. Boston visits the Toronto Blue Jays for a 3-game series that begins tonight. Traffic and weather next. From the Blue Point Restaurant Newsroom, I'm Phil Devitt for Fun 107.
Fun 107, Monday morning. It is Michael and Maddie, and we're live here at Toast and Jam. And it's a restaurant. We come up at 9 o'clock this morning. We've got gift cards, $50 worth of Toast and Jam gift cards for just $25 while they last. Did you guys see this, the big story over the weekend? Emerald Square Mall, they're having a rodeo.
Oh, my God, yeah.
First of all, who has a rodeo in a mall parking lot? Like, whatever. So they're having this rodeo in the mall parking lot. The bulls go crazy, knock down the fence, run right on into Route 1.
Make a run for it.
And they get away.
Good for them.
Wild.
Finally, they got away. All these bulls and cows.
This is not good.
This is very good because they keep putting them down. Like,
this is not
give
good.
them an opportunity for freedom.
No.
They just put themselves in so much danger, and they're probably so scared.
We've had stories where those bulls were going to the slaughterhouse.
Yes.
Yeah, these are not those bulls.
They're not. They're in a rodeo.
They're show bulls.
Show bulls. But yeah, I think there were 8 of them. They've recovered 7 of the 8. There's one lone guy out there.
As of 2 hours ago, it looks like most of them were captured. One is still on the loose.
So he's the champ. He's like, he's the one they're all talking about. He will be the alpha male when he gets back out of all those bulls.
You guys got it all wrong. I'm nervous for this little bull here.
Oh, he's going to be fine.
He's probably so scared and so lost.
So like, I didn't think of it like that. Like it's like a Disney movie, like The Lost Little Bull.
Yeah. I just can't believe no one was hurt.
No, I know. Like
no one was hurt. It's still under investigation as to what even caused them to get spooked.
Yeah,
it's all red.
But
you're in the middle of a mall parking lot.
Yeah,
that's why they got spooked.
I don't really understand that. Like, what am I missing here? Like, does this was a festival rodeo? Looks like it was celebrating independence.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Well,
sorry.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I
man.
don't know what it was.
But they were wandering through random neighborhoods in Attleboro yesterday. Like, just imagine looking out your window and you see, and this happened to this lady.
Yeah.
She looks in her backyard. There's 7 bulls in the backyard.
Oh,
she calls first responders
The videos that I've seen don't even seem real.
Yeah.
It's just a group of bulls just casually romping around.
The funny thing is we're kind of used to it down here in the South Coast. Like Westport, the bulls get out once, twice a year.
Yeah, no big deal.
Really? I feel like it's always cows.
You're not wrong. Yeah, it's usually cows. We had one bull.
Horse.
Yeah, one bull up in Taunton and something like that. But I mean,
like this video is jarring. Like the first time I saw the video, and you just see a rampage of bulls knocking down the fence.
People ride these. That's what I don't understand. Why do you want to put yourself at risk, your life at risk?
Because you want to be looking for the thrill of it,
right?
You want to be
looking for the thrill of it.
Did you see the video yet, though, of like some guy in his car? And his wife is like clearly sleeping. He's like, Jody, look at this, Jody. It was pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
But hopefully we can recover that lone bull.
Yeah, seriously.
The alpha bull.
If you have seen this bull, contact the police department,
hopefully
please.
They can get him without anybody getting hurt. It is 8:27. Again, we're live at Toast and Jam. Those half-price gift cards coming up in a bit. But first, a look at this morning's headlines. Here is Phil Devitt in the newsroom.
A 31-year-old Dartmouth man is due in court today after being charged with a New Bedford murder. Tyler Dow Baglini, who has a history of violence, is accused of stabbing 31-year-old Carrie Fidalgo on Atlantic Street on Friday. East Fairhaven Elementary School is closed today following a Sunday night electrical fire. Firefighters quickly contained the flames on the second floor, but the district needs today to clean up. One bull remains on the loose this morning following an escape from a pen Sunday in North Attleboro. 8 bulls altogether made a break for it. 7 were eventually captured. The bulls ran through neighborhoods and into the woods, causing a brief scare for residents. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and police are urging people to call 911 if they spot the escaped bull. Funeral services are set for this week for the state police recruit who died while boxing during training. Enrique Delgado Garcia will receive full state police honors Friday in Worcester. Family members say his injuries were massive, and they are demanding answers about what happened to him. A new national poll gives Vice President Harris a 5-point lead over former President Trump with just over 6 weeks until Election Day. The NBC News poll gives Harris 49% support among registered voters compared to 44% for Trump. Pollsters note that's still within the margin of error, but it's a clear shift from a similar poll taken in July. And the largest theater chain in the U.S. is hoping to change dwindling audience numbers with a $2.2 billion plan. A group representing 8 of the biggest chains, including AMC, Regal Cinemas, and Cinemark, announced a renovation plan for almost 70% of the North American box office. Remodels are centered on modernizing theaters and upgrading experiences through projection technology, snacking, new audio equipment, and new seating. In sports, Red Sox swept their doubleheader with the Minnesota Twins, collecting an 8-1 victory in the first game and a 9-3 win in the nightcap at Fenway. Boston visits Toronto for a 3-game series with the Blue Jays starting tonight. Traffic and weather next. From the Blue Point Restaurant Newsroom, I'm Phil Devitt for Fun 107.
That always is on during football with that song in it?
No.
Yeah, it's the Wings place.
Oh, okay. Yes. Absolutely.
They hit the jackpot on that song.
They really did.
It's Michael and Maddie on Fun 107. We're broadcasting live this morning at Toast and Jam on Acushnet Ave in New Bedford, right by where the old Sid's Creative Kitchen was right here before. Barely recognized the place, though. Hey, good morning, Jay.
Good morning. How are you?
Jay is one of the owners here at Toast and Jam alongside Drew, who is the chef here.
He's the mastermind behind some of this stuff today, right?
How you guys doing? Yes.
Did you dream up all these specials that we've been enjoying this morning?
A little bit. I learned a lot from my mom.
Oh.
That's my...
Come on, your mom didn't think of the Dorito omelet.
It's a taco salad. She bring that as a kid, and it's a family tradition for our family for cookouts and things like that. So to bring that now as a breakfast item...
Yeah.
It's a lot of things
so there
I
you
from
go,
my mom.
Michael.
I stand corrected. So, Jay, you are an owner, but are you also a chef, or what do you do here?
I cook, I clean, I wash dishes, I get the job done, whatever it takes.
You do it all.
I do it all.
Yeah.
And that's such a typical owner, right? It's like, yeah, they're the owner, but they're also the manager, the janitor, the this, the that, everything.
Whatever I got to do to get the job done.
I love it. So how have things been? I mean, we were saying earlier this morning, it's so clean and beautiful. The food is fantastic.
You know, it's funny you ask. We were just talking about that earlier. And since day one, we kind of just hit the ground running. So it's been a lot for the team to kind of navigate through the busyness and the transition from like where I came at the other location to come here to a bigger location has been a lot of work. But the fortunate thing is I got a good team here. They're all willing to work hard, and they're all willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. So though, we're continuously trying to work out the kinks to make sure everybody that comes in here gets a better experience. But needless to say, I got a good crew, and without them, I wouldn't be able to make this happen.
Well, I just found out something that you guys do that a lot of places do not, and that is you can come here early in the morning and get lunch. And that's kind of a
lunch all day.
Kind of a different thing. There's not a ton of places around here that you can do that.
Different thing. Oh, absolutely. I don't skip a beat. You want lunch at 7 in the morning? I'll make it happen. We close at 2 o'clock. If you're here at 2 o'clock, I'm more than happy to serve you.
I love it. So, Drew, you're the guy that's cooking a lot of these things. What is a must-try menu item?
A must-try? I say the po' boy for lunch. I do like the apple French toast is one of my favorites. It's like a breakfast, but then a dessert at the same time.
Okay, you're speaking my language here.
Yep, and my mom is a sweet tooth. She's the passion behind where I come from because she cooks, she bakes, she cleans, and just to learn from her over the years, it just puts a passion and a fire in me, and to create her items and do it a little different twist to it. It's amazing.
Fantastic.
Now, how long has it been for you guys? It's still pretty new. Is it less than a year?
So we launched in January, so we're going, less than a year.
Yeah.
Coming up on a year,
Coming up on a year. We're
very
surviving
nice.
here.
What has been the thing that surprised you the most about opening up this restaurant here?
So surprising me the most is, truth be told, is the amount of support that we get here. I mean, this place stays full from start to finish. I mean, people love the food, even when sometimes I don't think I'm performing as well as I need to. People love what we have to offer here. So I'm really just shocked by the amount of support that I have from the clientele base that I have here. I mean, I'm blown away by it each and every day.
Well, now you've got a ton of people listening that have never been here before. Hundreds of thousands of people listening that have never been here before. What would you say to those people?
I'll tell you what, if you're not at Toast and Jam, you're missing out. It's just that simple.
I love it. And you got that Seize the Deal going live in about 20 minutes. So you can score those half-price gift cards up on seizethedeal.com.
Jay, Drew, thank you so much for having us this morning. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
Really, sincerely, all three of us loved it here.
Hats off to you guys.
All right, Toast and Jam, Acushnet Ave, New Bedford. It's Michael and Maddie. Fun 106. Restaurant Week is on, and we're broadcasting this morning from Toast and Jam, a couple minutes away from getting these gift cards at half price at seizethedeal.com. Maddie, really surprising the audience this morning. We've known about this for about a month or so. But we've been keeping it under wraps. Why don't you tell everybody what your thing is?
I'm going to be switching things up a bit. I'm going to be leaving the morning show, but I will be on in the afternoon because you can't get rid of me that easily. But I'm just going to be pursuing a dream that I've had for many years now and going to be pursuing MMA broadcasting. So I'm scared and I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Are you going to have to set an alarm anymore?
Nope.
Lucky.
God.
Bye.
What are we doing wrong, Gazelle?
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. If I were to leave the show, I would still get up early. My body's look at my honeymoon. I was up every day at 5 a.m.
2 weeks and you'll be sleeping until 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now,
I forget
my
what
ideal day, I will still be waking up at about 8 o'clock. But that's still 4 more hours than I'm used to.
And you will not have to set an alarm to wake up at 8?
No, I definitely need to set an alarm.
Okay.
If I don't set an alarm, your girl's not getting up till 10:30.
Well, see, then that's it. Then I'm not as jealous.
Yeah.
At least you still have to set an alarm. At least there'll be some level of discomfort.
Some level. Although, after announcing a major breaking my heart over here.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was like, what? That's so funny.
So, before we, move on from our time here at Toast and Jam, there's no way we can leave before we say a very heartfelt gotcha day to your little dog, Coco.
It's gotcha day for Miss Coco Bean. Oh, my God. It's been 1 year of that little rascal in my house, and it's been quite a journey with that dog.
A lot of bedwetting.
I was not ready for puppy life whatsoever, but you know what? If and when I become a mom, I'm ready. Because the amount of pee and number 2 that I've been dealing with is wild.
Well, now I remember about a month or so into this ownership of this puppy, Coco, we had a little rant on the morning show. and you pretty much tore into your husband.
Yes.
It was really unfiltered. It was a little uncomfortable.
Oh, my God. Listen, I was very honest. I didn't want this dog.
So you didn't want the dog. Now, that was about a month or so into this, after you got you.
Yeah.
Now we're 1 year in.
And
has that opinion changed?
Yes, 1,000%. That little bugger has just crawled right into my heart and has completely stolen me, and she's my buddy.
What happened from month 1 to month 12?
That's a great question. I think she just kind of grew on me, and she chose me as her human too, which was really funny.
That's how that works.
It's like she would follow me. She still does this. Follows me into every room, sleeps with me, is just always by my side. And it's like I get home, she runs over to me. I think it's just one of those things where I finally was like, all right, I love you. All right. But she's just so cute. She's still such a little brat, but we love her. We love her.
How much bigger? Because she's a French bulldog.
She's gotten so much bigger.
Really? Because they
so
don't get that big, right?
They get pretty thick. They get thick.
Thick boy.
She's a chunky gal.
Yeah.
For sure. But she's adorable, and we love her. And it's Gotcha Day. We were thinking back. We almost named her Pumpkin because of the first day of fall. We almost named her Pumpkin. We almost named her Maple. But she's Coco. And it's so funny. You name your animal something, and then you rarely call them that. So it's like she went from Coco to Coco Bean to Bean to Beansy. We call her Beansy all the time.
That's a pretty solid name.
Beansy?
Yeah.
I like that.
She's a Beans.
Because also, it's like Beansy has little mafia undertones to it. You're from Rhode Island. Like, it all kind of makes sense.
Italian. Yeah. So, Beansy, if you're listening, you're going to get a big old bone later for your Gotcha Day.
Or else. Let's face it, she runs the show in that house.
Very true.